morning and welcome to Art and Fashion with Dominique. I'm here with my guest today, Amanda Reilly. Hi, Amanda.
Thank you for having me, Dominique.
Oh, thank you for coming, Amanda. So let's get started. Tell me about your artwork.
Well, basically, I am an illustrator and a graphic designer, and I mostly do like figurative, erotic art in my illustrations.
All right. Do you mostly do commissioned work or mostly freelance, like work for exhibiting that you sell fine art?
It's more both. It's a mix of both.
Okay.
Right now, I'm more exhibiting in galleries rather than events, but I am getting to the editorial aspect of illustration.
And what types of editorials have you done?
Done stuff for magazines, smaller magazines, newspapers, and I've done stuff for books so far, and book covers.
Okay, wonderful. What book covers?
Mostly like very lowbrow kind of poetry books right now.
Oh, great. I would
Yeah.
love to see them. Where can you find your books?
Right now, they're like little zines and online magazines. So, I mean, one of them, I did a cover for Atlas magazine. That's like a small little fashion magazine online. That was one that was done recently.
Okay, very cool. What mediums do you mostly use for your illustrations and your artwork?
Pen and ink, mostly like acrylic-based ink.
Okay. Now, what influences do you have on your artwork?
Oh my goodness. I mostly derive my influence from Beardsley, Franz von Bayros, Erte, Schiele, and Klimt. I think their figurative art is so inspiring to me, and the certain topics that they cover, and their line and style just draws me to them.
Okay. What's your background and how did you get into going in this direction?
Well, I have a background in design, and my mentor basically kind of saw me on the side doodling all the time in my sketchbook. And he approached me one day and asked me if I would like to pursue a career in illustration. So I took a class of his, and I said, you know, why not? And this is where I am. This is where I am today.
Wow. So how long did that whole process take between sketching and?
Well, it was my second year of college at Farmingdale State College. That's where I went for my degree. And I was there for my beginning of my second year is when he approached me.
Okay. Do you still continue to study with him?
I'm friends with him because I don't go there to Farmingdale State College anymore. But I'm still close with a lot of the professors there, and they continue to always inspire me and mentor me.
Okay. Have you explored any other mediums besides illustration?
Yeah, definitely. I've recently explored installation art at your store, but I think illustration isn't just what a lot of people think is for books and editorial. I think it's a very it can be explored very broadly. Illustration to me, what I'm doing now is experimenting with installation art and sculpture and trying to broaden my horizons of what I can do with the actual work.
Where do you get your influence for topics of artwork? I recently saw you've been incorporating a lot of tigers into your work. What's that representative of? Where did that come from?
Well, I love a lot of Japanese woodblock prints. So I really love how they portray animals in their compositions and in their work and in their philosophies. So I've been really experimenting with trying to sort of get away temporarily from figurative art and explore what else I can do with my style, and trying to trying to see what other topics like that I can cover. So.
Okay, and what other influences do you have on the topics in your artwork?
It's all like I said before, I'm trying to get into the more like editorial aspect of things, but a lot of it right now is very sexual and very feminine in my work. But I've been covering a lot more different topics about like lifestyle, more so on the lifestyle aspect of things.
Okay. Do you have any exhibits coming up? Are you showing any work or going to be published anywhere anytime soon?
Not temporarily, no, not yet.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. I've got a lot of different projects going on. I'm actually starting a company with a friend right now. But definitely soon. I'll probably be in stuff very soon.
Something art related?
Oh, definitely.
Very good.
Definitely.
Okay, now if somebody wants to see some more of your pieces, do you have a website or a Facebook page you'd like to share with us?
Oh, definitely. You could find my website on www.amandareilly.com, and my Facebook you could find me under Amanda Reilly Art, and the same goes for like my Instagram and my Twitter. It's under the same handle.
Okay. And if somebody is interested in commissioning you to do a piece or an installation or an illustration for something, where could you be contacted?
At reillyillustration@gmail.com.
Okay, wonderful. Anything you're excited about in the near future and directions that you're going?
I think that I'm constantly growing, and every artist is. So it's art is a career that you can always be excited about, and that's why I'm in it. There's nothing not to be excited about.
Do you have any input or words of wisdom for any young artists that are just starting out, that are looking to find their direction and find work in the arts?
I think it's important to immerse yourself in the business of art to begin with, because that's something that's not really taught to you at school. I had the opportunity to work with a bunch of people who were professionals in the business of art, not just the art business, and I've learned quite a bit. Both positive and negative, but I think I've become a better person and a better professional because of it.
What are some things that you learned that you maybe didn't expect to learn when working professionally in the art fields?
I think it would have to be how to go about composing specific contracts, and how to, or I should say, how to deal with specific clients. And when it is necessary to turn work down, and when it is necessary to accept work, going to different situations. But
okay, all right. Well, thank you very much, Amanda. That was very insightful about your work. Is there anything else you'd like to add about what you do to our interview?
I'm constantly growing right now. I'm basically still learning. So everything I do, for as old as I get, is always a learning process. No one stops growing as an artist.
Yeah, well, I think that's also the fun part about art, is that there's always something to learn, and there's always a point of departure that takes you to the next step and the next level of things. All right, well, thank you very much for coming today, and thank you very much for telling us a little bit more about what you do and your work. If anybody would like to see Amanda's window displays, they're on display now till a little bit after Halloween at Paper Doll Vintage Boutique. She did these amazing windows that have a sculptural element to them, and they're very like 20s kind of inspired, with some flapper style dresses and jacks in the boxes coming out. They're both spooky and beautiful, so thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
So that's at 23 Main Street in Sayville, and otherwise, if you'd like to see more of Amanda's art, check out her website at
www.amandareilly.com.
All right, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on The Daily Blue. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Dominique.